as it relates to me being an African American, me being an African, myself being an African American. Right. I had excuse me.
Yeah, that's gonna pick up real loud. That's why I turned the AC off. Hmm? That's why I turned the AC off, because every little sound comes out.
Right.
We'll be done in about 5 minutes.
I mean, what's wrong with you guys? What's up, money? What's up?
What?
I know, just 5 more minutes. Y'all ain't gonna die.
Come on.
Your children in Africa, they ain't 8 days.
Come on, man. What's going on, folks? It's your boy Jermaine, aka Jazz. We back, episode 3 of the Main Moment. As you can see, my setup is a little bit different. I'm trying some new things, trying to get more technically inclined, if that's even a thing. But like I said, that's what I've been saying. From week to week, you'll see new improvements, you'll see new things. Matter of fact, hold on one second. Let me turn off my AC, because I forgot. Anyway, as promised, I have the conclusion to the interview with Pastor Alton. Pastor Alton Herbert Jr., also my father. Of course, we got into some real issues. As I've been saying, it's not really even about who you choose in terms of your political stance. It doesn't even matter who you choose, if you left wing or right wing or whatever your decisions are. That's up to you. That's your personal preference. Depending on how you vote, what makes up, what you do and what you say. That is no one's business but your own. However, the conversation was about how the political issues divide us as people. That's the concern that I have. That's my only concern. It's been this way since, like I said, since the dawn. If you watch my live, I've been saying that it's been this way since the dawn of time, where we have different ideas about things, but we should always be able to come back together at the table and figure it out. So without further ado, here is the conclusion of the interview with me and Pastor Alton. Some great things. I'm not even gonna edit it. There's a couple of things in there that you'll see, but it's all authentic. Like I said, I don't want it to feel like I'm trying to push a narrative or push one way of thinking, because I'm not. That's not my goal. So please, if you have whether positive or negative feedback about the interview, hopefully you can either reach out to me or reach out to Pastor Alton and let us know how you feel, and we can get a dialogue going. I'll see you after the interview.
Yeah. People can get what they need to feed their families, to pay their rent, there's arguments on both sides in anything, as we said. Right. There's arguments on both sides. But at the end of the day, it's almost like, I'd like to have somebody like a referee, right, if you will. Say, like, y'all can argue, you can fight for 30 days, whatever you want. Call each other all the names you want to call each other, on and on. Don't talk, don't speak, whatever. However you choose to use that 30 days. Okay. But then after that 30 days is up, then you have to make a decision. If you don't make a decision, then we'll make it for you. Mm-hmm. We the people will begin to say, listen, we'll make the decision for you. You see? Because this the way things are going now, it's right now everything is just so visceral today that it's just like, I'll just shut it down. Imagine we share that sometimes. Imagine if your body felt that way. You know what I mean? The lungs just say, you know what? I'm tired of talking. Right. You know what I mean? You get down. I'm shutting. Get you some air from somewhere else. Your ears decide. I don't want to hear you no more, man. You know what I mean? Yeah. And so it just shows. But when things are working together, each part is important. We know each part is important. Okay, we're not taking away from your importance. You're not taking away from my importance. We're both necessary. Right. We're both necessary. And, I believe things like that help us to begin to understand that life is never lived in a bubble, in your own bubble, you know, of the way you want. It will never be that way.
Right.
That's just not life. You know, that's not even like that in a marriage, not even in a relationship. You know, it's crazy
Right.
for two people to think we're going to think alike for the rest of our lives. Or, oh, you know, whatever. We're going to agree always the rest of our lives. Then as soon as we don't agree, it's just like, oh, you know what? You know, I can't deal with you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This relationship, me and brother, we was all right, my brother, but you know what I mean? Now, you a Yankee fan. Now. I mean, you know, it could go down to something as small as that.
Small as that.
And that can lead to people not speaking to one another, you know, long-term relationships are now estranged and stuff like that over something as you know, just something as small as that, as minute,
Trivial.
Trivial when you look at it and the totality of everything, you know. Like we said, here it is. People need to eat.
Right.
People need to have this. What difference does that make if you want to fund this? You want more money for this over here, but I don't want to give it to you for over there. But these people need money.
The people in the middle are suffering. While we talking about billions,
Right.
these people, you know, need thousands, hundreds.
That's right.
You know, like we talking, we throwing all this money around, and you can get me started about money because it's all digital and there's no way to really know if all these billions where it's coming from. But that's a whole nother time. But you know, just let the people know that everything is we working to make sure that American families are taken care of.
That's right.
And, so what do you think about just segueing into the second thing? What do you feel about the idea that everyone is not everyone, but that a lot of people are jumping on with this anyone but Trump idea? I saw a meme today. Someone said Trump could have raped my mom. Biden could have raped my mom, but I would still vote for him. Anyone but Trump. Biden could have, and it was just a thread of people, you know, making memes saying Biden could be the absolute worst human being on the planet Earth, but he's at least better than Trump. And it reminded me of what the nation went through with Bush when we wanted Bush out of office, you know, with the war and everything, and it was anyone but Bush. And so it's not just focusing on Trump, but I think that that's something that a lot of people fall into, where they're not voting based upon what they do want to see, what they do want to see, you know, happen and move forward. They're voting based upon what they want to see not continue to happen, which is obviously what they don't agree with when it comes to Trump, or what they didn't agree when it came to Bush. You know what I mean? Even when Obama was in office, there was a lot of things they didn't agree with, and people started to grumble and talk about getting them out. So what do you feel about, you know, and even specifically with our people, black and brown people, not educating themselves on what they should focus their voting energies on, and just going with the you know, that move of anyone get Trump out, beat Trump. You know what I mean?
Well, let me say this here. Just kind of going back to what you were saying, because I think that was an excellent point. We seem to forget. Just going back maybe 12 years ago, 16 years ago, the point you were making, that there were certain things going on in the country and the nation that the nation didn't like. And they said, okay, we got to get rid of this one. We got to get rid of Bush. Then that opens the door. Obama comes in, for instance. He says, you know, it's about change.
Right.
Okay? And people voted. Black, white, you know, whatever, voted for Obama. He won overwhelmingly. Okay? So then all of a sudden, here it is. People became disenfranchised and disenchanted, should I say, with Obama. Okay? So what happens? People wanted to change. Then all of a sudden, rises of Donald Trump. Okay? The people are the one who wanted to change. The people are the one who desired to have this change. Okay? And so now here comes Obama. Here comes Trump now into office. Now he has a different ideology. His ideology is different from the ideology that we had. His ideology is different from the ideology of Obama. but the people put him there. The people voted him in. And I think this is what has really become the if you will, this has become the crux of what has been wrong and what has happened, you know, in this season. Because now we have it where if you didn't like Obama, if you didn't like Bush, you had to wait 4 years and decide who you wanted.
Right.
Okay? And now here it is, we have this situation where now you come and people say, no, we don't want to wait 4 years. We don't want to go through the process, that word process again. We don't want to go through the process. You know, we want him out now.
Yeah.
We can't wait 4 years. The country can't take it. Well, I'm like, okay, well, if this is a democratic society, it seems to have held up all of these years. Well, okay, so you're saying that, oh, it can't wait until the people make a decision. You see? And so as a result of that, I think now it's become so, again, that people do not trust the process and let the process do what it's supposed to do. Now, specifically, as it relates to me being an African American, me being an African, you know, myself being an African American, I had excuse me.
Yeah, that's gonna pick up real loud. That's why I turned the AC off. That's why I turned the AC off, because every little sound comes out.
Right.
We'll be done in about 5 minutes.
I mean, you know, what's wrong with you guys? What's up, money? What's up?
What?
I know, just 5 more minutes. Y'all ain't gonna die.
Come on.
Your children in Africa, they ain't 8 days.
Come on outside.
The process, anyway. But just finishing that thought. I just want to finish that thought there. That here it is now, me as an African American, a black man living here in America. You know, it changes. There's different things that happen that me as a black man, I might have thought if I was born 40 years ago, I might have saw things a little differently than I see them today. Okay, so just take for instance, you know, we talk about slavery, we talk about those things that have happened. Okay, those things are real and they've happened. But I always have to bring it up to date in terms of the response today. The response today. How do I respond today? You know, in today's climate, in today's atmosphere, you know, as a black man, you know, so Trump, Donald Trump becoming president doesn't define me as a person. And I think that's what has happened. It's all of a sudden, like this one man has this power. He's come in and had this power over everybody. What happened to the process? What happened to the democratic process we always talked about? Why aren't we trusting that? If he is rejected by the majority of people or what have you, then he will lose the election. If not, then he'll win. So, you know, again, just expecting a person as a black or whatever, voting for somebody or whatever because you say, you know, that this person is, they're just so mean, they're the worst, they're just the worst thing in the world that could ever happen. Now, that's politics, and I understand that. That's politics. But the challenge I've had is that it appears to be more than just having a difference of opinion. There's actually a movement, for lack of a better word, to undermine and to undercut the process. And once you do that, whether you're white or black, once you undercut and you remove the process, then what'll happen, whoever becomes president the next time, then the other people will say, well, you know what? What you guys did to us? Okay. So we don't want to see this president successful. Just saying if Biden becomes president. They say, okay, then we're gonna hold out everything we can, you know, for the next 4 years. And you know, and so forth
and so on.
And
the people that suffer are the people in the middle.
Always.
Which is us, it's our families, so I think that people believe that, you know, starting these rants and starting these narratives to, you know, sort of downplay the other side. They think they're doing to help the process, but you're doing it and it's affecting it negatively.
Right.
Because now people don't want to even sit down and talk and figure out what benefits, average working families, people that, have bills, people that have issues, people that have, circumstances in their life. How do we get the most amount of resources and help to people who need it? Instead of discussing those things, we're discussing the people's skin color and their hair color, and we coming up with all these mantras and marching and things like that, and people in the middle are suffering, And so,
but it's like selfishness. It's like at the end you get what you want. You all you care is that you get what you want,
right.
And you got what you want. Now you got what you want, and then all of a sudden you expect everything now to be in the utopia because you've gotten what you want. This is the way it's supposed to be. But the people who disagreed, the people who did not feel the way you felt, are still there.
Right.
They haven't gone anywhere. They haven't gone anywhere. So now you have it. Now you feel. Now you have the reins, or whatever the case might be. But the people who oppose you are still there.
And I think that was what scares me even, is that the people that'll say something like anyone but Trump, or anyone but Bush, or anyone but Obama, however, whoever's in that office, and your idea is, I don't care what they about, I'm voting for them because they're not this person. That once you get what you want, like you said, you get that person in office and you turn your TV off, now you don't care. Now you go back to, your reality shows or whatever you used to do. Now you're involved because you want this person out.
That's right.
Now you're boisterous. You're online every day. You're hashtagging. You're doing all this because you want to get the awareness out there that you don't want this person in office anymore.
That's right.
Like I said, because I don't want to make it about Trump. I don't want to make it about any one person because it's been going on since, like we said, the beginning of written language. That if you want somebody out, you gotta attack them. You gotta make them look bad. You gotta show their flaws. But not the person that you want in.
That's right.
And then when that person gets in, we don't hear from you anymore for another 4 years.
That's right.
And that's detrimental to the American family.
Yeah.
So I'd like to thank y'all for watching. I know that we kept y'all longer than I expected. We may have to cut this into 2 parts. I'd like to thank this man of God here, my father, Mr. Alton E. Herbert Jr., Pastor. Anything you want to say? Any way they can follow you, get in touch with you?
Well, I mean, first of all, let me thank you for having me.
Oh, absolutely.
Thank you for having me.
That's my daddy. That's my daddy.
Hey, man. It's just so wonderful because we need more of this.
Yes.
This is the kind of stuff that we need, particularly in the age and the time that we're living in. Getting out other people's voices, other opinions, other people's ways of seeing, and giving a voice to that. So that even those that have not heard, they can begin to hear, and they'll start hearing and say, oh, I never really thought of that. I never really saw it that way before.
Right.
So hopefully, I'm praying that this will be another venue to help people to be able to sit down and say, let's reason together.
Yeah, because the news ain't hitting it. The news ain't doing it.
No, you can't.
You watch a story and you think you just getting unbiased information about what's happening.
Right.
And 30 seconds into the broadcast or whoever's on, you begin to start hearing their lean. And I don't want to. I just want to know what happened. What did this person say?
That's right.
What's the state of this? What's the the unemployment? Yada. And 30, not even 30. I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt when I say 30 seconds. But not that far into the broadcast or the segment, you start seeing, based upon the names they use, based upon what facts that they focus on, you see that they lean in left or right. They always got to pick a side. And I'm CNN, Fox. I got apps on my phone with different news outlets.
Right.
And as soon as you read a paragraph and okay, this is an anti-Trump article, or this is a pro-Trump article, or this is a anybody but Trump article. This is a what I mean. So it's hard to get into the media and get the right story. You just want the facts. So you got to do that on your own. You got to fact check. You got to do your research, find out what's going on, and then as you figure that out personally, then you just express how you feel. Don't let them tell other people how you feel, because like we said, a lot of leaders will get up and they say, "This is how black and brown people feel.
Right.
This is how Asians feel."
I didn't get that memo.
That's not how I feel. Who came and interviewed me and said that this is what I feel? That is not how I feel. And so I'm not gonna let CNN or Fox or any of these other outlets, these big outlets, tell other people this is how Jermaine feels. This is how Alton feels.
That's right.
That's not how I feel. I'm not pro this. I'm not anti that.
That's right.
Doesn't mean that I feel that I'm on the anti this side or the pro that side. I'm just living my life, trying to do the best I can. You know, loving God, and the rest is up to Him.
Well, as you were saying,
at
the end of the day, well, I will take advantage of that little plug you was
yes.
there.
I'm sorry.
No, it's all right. I take advantage of the little plug that you was offering there, because I think that as we were sharing earlier, that you have your way, my way, and then there's the truth. And so one of the things that I've learned, continue to learn, wisdom has no color, wisdom has no gender. Mm-hmm. You see, wisdom has no ulterior motive.
Right.
Wisdom has one is after one aim, one goal for wisdom, and that's to bring knowledge and understanding so that it can then be applied the right way in life. Yeah. So I love the fact that, and you said one of my hats is that I am a pastor, and one of the things that I love that God offers Himself, He says, "Come, let us reason together." Mm-hmm. So He said, "Let us reason together." So the Creator, the one who created all of us Himself, He said, "I give you an opportunity to come and let's reason together." Mm-hmm. He's never intimidated by us bringing questions to Him.
Right.
Whatever question you have, there's nothing you can say that would intimidate Him.
Right.
And I share it all the time. It's a wonderful thing to know that you can come to the one who created you, and you can say that. You can ask Him anything you want to ask Him. But I always say, I have to be willing to accept His answer.
Right.
That's it. At the end of the day, accept His answer. So that's a part of how we're made as human persons. We have that in us. We're supposed to ask questions. Questions is wonderful. But at the end of the day, are we willing to accept the answers?
Right.
If it doesn't go the way we want it to go.
Right.
And I think if we start at that point there, we'll end up in a good place.
I agree. Thank you, sir, once again. Love you.
Love you too. Thank you for having me.
We'll see you soon on the Main Moment. All right.
All right. On the Main Moment.
Well, there you have it, man. Wonderful interview. Some great things that we got a chance to dialogue about. Hopefully, there was a few nuggets in there that you could, just gain some perspective on. And like I said, let us know how you feel. Let us know if you agree, if you disagree, whatever it is. It's all about dialogue. It's all about growth. It's all about learning. Regardless of what your perspective is, man, we see what's going on. It's almost like this country is coming apart at the seams, man. If it hasn't been about the political thing, then it's about this COVID thing. Then you got rioters, and you got this dude running around with an AK or whatever kind of rifle that is, shooting people. Like, it's just ridiculous, man. And like I always say on my live, who has the answers? I get it. The news, the media, they cover these stories, and you can take from it what you want as you see the stories unfold. But who has the answers? Who's coming to the table with answers for how we handle this stuff? Yeah, I already know how I feel about it. You already know what I've said. And so, we got to do what we got to do. For now, I'm staying in the house. I know that. I'm not trying to be out in these streets dealing with these situations, So that's what's going on? What's happening? What's happening?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Oh, you thought you could cancel me? You thought you could cancel 9 and all that? You can't cancel 9 and all that. Come on, B. Hey, yo, you can't cancel me, man. I hack into your whole system, bro. What you think I went to prison for, my man? You can't cancel me, my man. So, I thought I heard something. Anyway, yo, 2 things. There's 2 things I want to get clear. Number 1, you can't cancel me. I'll be everywhere, man. I'm everywhere. Right now, I'm in your basement. I got your router and all that. It's mine, bro. It's mine right now. You know what I'm talking about? That's number 1. You can't cancel, nah. Don't ever try me like that, my man. And number two is your producer ain't even reach out to me, dog. Your producer ain't call me, my man. You know why I know he ain't call me? It's cause, I don't even answer my own phone, my man. I let my nephew answer my phone. Listen, man, I owe $2,000 on a exercise bike that I bought on credit 2 years ago. They still calling me about that. And I owe another $1,300 on a coffee maker I bought. And, I saw it on a TV show. They said Starbucks used the same one. And so I got to figure, man, I'm going to make me some coffee and all that. So I bought it $1,300. It's nothing. I got it on credit. So anyway, man, I don't even answer my own phone. So your man couldn't have reached out to me, my man. Come on, B. Then you going to try to change. You going to cancel me and all that? You going to cancel? Nah, not me. You wildin', bro. So from now on, I got your router. Your router is mine now, my man. You can't help. What you gonna do? You gonna come down to the basement and get me? You can't. You don't even know where I'm at, my man. Come on, B. You can't come. Yo. This is not. Listen, man. I'm signing out for now. I just want you to know you can't cancel the nah. You can't cancel Nassim. You feel me, my man? So, basically, all them people up there upstairs with cameras and all that and all them lights and all that, I'm coming to see you, my man. Word to everything. I'm not scared of you. Ain't nobody scared of you, my man. Word up, man. So you can't cancel me. That's all I got to say. That's all I got to say. Somebody in here. I got to go.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm so sorry about that. I'm not even sure what just happened. I'm gonna get with my technical people to find out what's going on. This is an unfortunate glitch in the system, and as I said, I'm doing the best I can to upgrade my my studio. I don't know what that was. What was that? See, sometimes you give people another chance. I was supposed to fire this dude last week for what happened, and apparently you don't want a job. So, ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate you for watching the show once again. Hopefully, God willing, I'll see y'all next week. I don't know if I'll have a producer. As y'all saw, I was serious about last week. I tried, man. I tried. See, now I don't like seeing the black men out of work, but thank you for watching. This has been the main moment with your man Jermaine, and maybe or maybe not the producer for next week's show. I don't know. God bless.